Okay, I just realized I didn't have the microphone. So, looks like we got it now. Welcome, Holy Ones. Welcome to this transmission of Spirit as we go deep into the topic of Indigo Children. And by the way, it can be Indigo adults or just say Indigos. Indigo Child. How you doing, Holy Ones? And so this is always one of my favorite topics. I consider myself an Indigo Child, and I know that many of you do as well. Let me see. Let me see what it says. It says, yeah, it wants me to turn on advertising. I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, this is just, when I do my lives, I don't want any ads coming in front of your faces, right? But it's always trying to make me do that. So, but anyways, thank you guys for being here. Much respect to your spiritual journey as we learn about these advanced topics, because Indigo Children is sort of an advanced concept, not in New Age anyways, but from this point of view, there's so much to explain, to realize truly, to really appreciate Indigo Children. And the interesting thing about Indigo Children is that there's 3 types. Okay, and there's type 1, type 2, type 3, so we're going to talk about some of that today. Just so you know, most indigos on the planet are indigo type 3s, which is the lower DNA, the smaller DNA, but they all have their purpose, or you would say kind of like your main focus as an indigo child, your mission. I also want to say at the beginning here that an indigo child is not the same as a starseed. So starseeds work with earth seeds, and they're meant to help and assist in Earth's ascension and also the earth seed ascension, to kind of like wayshowers. And you can say even the indigos are trailblazers. I mean, for sure. This is something that you would say, even though I'll explain it later, they're connected to higher dimensional levels that are outside of the time matrix. Now, there's actually, let me take that back. There's actually ones who are at the highest level in the time matrix, which is density 5. And then there's ones who are outside in the ascended master levels. And so we'll show that in graphics and images, so it'll be easier to understand, and also detailed explanation. So I just want to say that at the beginning, and so grateful for all of you coming here, because this is a regular community of starseeds and indigo children. So if you're new here, welcome to the club, to the family. You found your family. Starting a new candle. I get those 9-inch ones, so they last a little bit longer when you use a candle regularly. So get this going. All right. And I usually choose red because it's more of a defensive, protective color. Ray. When you choose one of the colors, most people would choose white or red. So, in the occult and Wicca, they teach you to use black candles. So, to each their own. Thank you guys for being here with me. Let me say hi to, this is a live broadcast, so we talk to the chat sometimes here. All right, we got James in the house. Hey, brother, how you doing? Thank you for being here with us. Joseph, hey, another homeboy. What's up going on, Starseed? Star Child 369. How's it, Holy Ones? Welcome, Star Child. Thank you for being here, brother. 369. I know that's your intended username. Thank you for being here, brother. So happy to have you. And Eddie family, welcome family. Machiwa to you. Sarah Holder, one of our moderators. We got about 5 or 6 moderators. So thank you, Sarah, for being here, showing up. Machiwa sister. So glad to see you. Much love. Thank you for your positive energies. And thank you for service and helping us watch the communities back, right? From trolls. We don't get them all the time, you guys, but every now and then they'll show up. We got Shadow Dwellers. Welcome. Thank you for the positive energies. Star Seeds. Jay-Z or Jays, sorry. Jays. Jonanov. Sounds like Russian. Welcome, Jays. Machiwa to you. Claudia, aho. Much respect. Thank you, sister, for being here. Oh, is this Hetty? I hope I pronounced it right. 420. Thank you for your positive energies and for holding space with us. Robin Kirk. Thank you, Christos Avatar, she says. And joys and hugs. Thank you, sister. You're a regular. So happy to have you. This is a community, and we embrace these times we get to be together. I'm here Tuesdays and Saturdays, like tonight, 6 p.m. I'm on Pacific Standard Time because I'm in Nevada. So welcome, guys. Wherever you are, whatever neck of the woods you are. We have people all over the world watching this channel. We've had people from Australia. Our brother Mandism is here. I mean, he's one of the ones from Australia. We got the UK area. We have Canada. Even what was that real green place? New Zealand, sorry. So we'll have some of them show up tonight. Justin Welch, alo, etheric mystic, Indigo here. Peace, Indigo. He throws up the peace sign. Maria Isabel Chawiwi. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Very interesting. Thank you for sharing, Maria. Thank you for being here. Higher dimensions in the house. James, blessings from Australia. See what I just say? Thank you, James, for being here. You must be early in the morning, right? Another James I don't know. Hello, greetings to you, Holy One. Free White Dove in the house. Another member. Thank you for being a member, sister. We also have Celine, another member, and another moderator. Thank you, sister, for being here. So happy to see you. Blessings to you. Indigo Jamie in the house. Indigo in the name, no less. Yes. Thank you, Jamie, and your family. This is so happy to have regulars. Oh, thank you, Celine. Yeah, I wanted to try something different for the background. I'm going to explore different concepts and themes, so I appreciate the kind feedback. Jasmina SM, love and light to you, sister. Glad to have you. There's an author that makes a lot of cool books called Jasmina, right? Higher Dimensions, thank you, Sarah. Oh, you're talking to Sarah. Higher Dimensions, thank you, Holy One. Connor Sites Bowens. Oh, thank you, brother. And I noticed right at the beginning, because I saw myself in camera, I'm like, there's something missing. Oh, thank you, Connor. Noisha Plastic. I think another Russian, maybe, perhaps. I'm so used to the, most Russian girls have the sha or ya at the end. Julia, Elena, Tatiana, Natasha. Welcome, Holy One. Well, according to these teachings, there's 3 types, but bless you if there's 4. So thank you. Celine, let me see. Looks like we got it so far. George, I think I'm an Indigo type 3, he says. I'm having a hard time choosing life path of stability and low risk versus chaos and high risk. Well, we'll talk about some more of that tonight, and maybe some of that you'll understand more of that. Oh yeah, someone gave me a membership, GTV. Welcome, Holy One. Thank you for being here, brother. El Salvador. I better start, you guys. So thank you so much for being here. Let me start my incense. It looks like I remembered everything except the charcoal. Sorry, it's right here. Whoa! That's not cool. All right. My goodness. I gotta be more mindful of that. Right? No nicks, no scratches, no nicks or scratches. Thank you. Bless you, Holy One. Machiwa. Yeah, that's the thing about crystals that are like a crystal ball is completely solid, but it doesn't mean it can't shatter and break. Because I had another crystal ball that was made of purite, and that shattered. That was on the beach on some rocks, so this is a little bit not so hard as beach, the rocks. So 77, all right. James, thank you for becoming a member, Holy One. Welcome to the team. You got a link to the Discord chat server where you can join some of the other members. It's usually active. Right now it's not so active, so come and join the party and create some conversation. What's up, Holy One? Thank you for joining, James. So you guys, Indigo Children, I want to say, like you see in the picture of the video, I usually show them as having blue skin. So let me explain that a little bit. Just realize that there are humans here, but there are people in human bodies who are from other worlds. You would say there's hybrids on here on the planet, and that's what Indigo Children are. They're hybrids. And so you could say they're part human, part Ayani. This is truly what these guardians are. They're Ayani. They're called, which are of the Janus. These are beings who are from the Ascended Master level, or, like I mentioned earlier, density universe 5 within the time matrix. So these are the, I want to say they're the highest level guardians that we have. Because at least the Indigo type 1s, because they're beyond density universe 5. But Indigo type 3s and type 2s are usually around coming from density universe 5. So a soul essence from a higher dimension comes into the human indigo hybrid body. You know, when you have parents, you choose your parents, and then that's their DNA combined with a starseed, kind of like another worldly DNA, an alien extraterrestrial DNA, but a guardian one, a good one, a positive one. So that is bringing in that DNA from that level, combining with now the body of the human level, your parents. So that creates a unique being on our planet. Okay, this is in service though. This is a positive thing. They're more like teachers, more like I said earlier, trailblazers, wayshores of these Emerald Order teachings that we talk about here. What my channel is based off of. The Emerald Order, also called just Emerald Covenant. And no, it's not associated with the Emerald Tablets. That's something completely different. And so, as a matter of fact, the Emerald Tablets gets its name from the Emerald Order because it stole some of the Emerald Order content and twisted it. You can't steal Guardian information, but you can take it, the concepts, and twist it. And so that's what a lot of people do. So now you're not following the Guardian teachings, you're following a reverse of the Guardian teachings. So that's usually meant for, and I just want to say, Thoth made those teachings for the Illuminati. Those who are following the false creeds, who are trying to control and manipulate the planet and the humans. So those are teaching you Metatronic death science. Okay? Death science is based on reverse, going the opposite direction of life. Instead of live, you have evil, evil, that which is against You would say life force, against creator, against God, against the Christos, against the earth, against humans. And so the Indigo Children are meant to counterbalance that. We have star seeds, but they're mostly focused on helping the earth seeds, interacting, marrying, creating generations of families within the earth seeds and star seeds. So if you read Voyager's book by Yasha Ashana, this is just one book. This is part 2. There's a part 1. There's angelic realities as well. And it will talk some information about indigos. But if you really want to learn, then that means you're going to want to go into the workshops, the video workshops. Okay, they're a few hours long, and they're usually part of a whole weekend of workshops. I mean, you would say it could be up to 21 hours. I've seen one of the workshops go up to 21 hours. And so if you want to learn more than what you're going to hear tonight, if you want to go into the more detail so that you can study and reference it, well, please check into the Indigo information taught by Yasha Ashana, our teacher, in some of her videos, which have been around. They're older now. They're over 20 years old, some of them, because here we are in 2024. But our teacher, you saw her name, the author, she is started in 1998. So this is, they say that anything over 25 years is considered an antique, right? That's technically what is an antique, something over 25 years old. So these teachings are still relative, though. This part of, you could say the teachings talk about the future, but now, way later, you could say a couple decades later, we're living some of the stuff that was predicted and talked about here. So some of the stuff I will cover won't all be in the Voyager's books. This is all from my notes of things I've studied from these video workshops, and not all of them are online anymore. Like I tripped out because I studied and made a lot of notes, but then when I go back, like now, like in the 2020s plus, I would go check and what the hell, the video's gone and it's no longer accessible. So this is why, for me, I always suggest to you guys, whenever you find Ashana Dean, or just say Emerald Order Teachings, save it. Okay, you're going to need gigabytes. I have terabytes of space. You're going to want gigabytes at least to start downloading these entire lectures. And I say save them because maybe tomorrow or 10 years from now or just a few years or later this year, it'll be gone. So these teachings are precious to us and valuable. And so I'm so grateful to be part of it, you guys. And we should all be grateful in our life. To me, that's one of the attitudes of mastery too, gratitude. So when you live your life in gratitude, it affects your energy in a good way, a positive way. So I was trying to explain that Indigo Children are not from this world. Their soul essence comes here. So they come way up here, but to get to Earth way down here, let me show that real quick on the diagram so it makes sense of what I'm about to say. Because I'm trying to explain the blue skin. Let me bring up Photoshop. And switch to that for you guys real quick. And this is that's a PDF, sorry. Okay, here's the diagram. So if we're talking about, most people are familiar with the system of Earth, right? So which has dimensions 1, dimensions 2, dimensions 3. So when people say 3D, it's a location. The third dimension is a location. The fourth dimension is a location. D4, dimension 4, dimension 5. Well, this is important for now, is to realize dimension 6 is the indigo ray. Okay, so that means indigo children are going to be at least, you could say, one of the highest type of ETs that can come down to 3D, to come to 3D Earth is a 6-dimensional being. This is why all the guardians and indigo children are coming through the 6-dimensional stargate, SG6, which is in Sirius. People pronounce it Sirius or Sirius, Sirius. So they're coming, these beings in Sirius, they have blue skin. Their soul essence goes into a 3D body here on Earth. Okay? They come to Earth and they got permission. Some people have laughed at that. I don't know why that's so ridiculous. They got permission. They got what's called a birthing contract. I'll even show it to you when we get to the PDF. They got permission from your soul parents, the souls of your parents. This is the soul level. So maybe they got connected to your parents in the 5th dimension. Remember, we're multidimensional beings. We exist in the 3D, but we also exist in the 4D, the 5D, D6. We exist in all these. Okay? So the blue skin is coming from Sirius, because, and then they come to Earth that way. One of the reasons is because D4 is taken over by fallen angelics. The Stargate is SG4. So one of the ways is to go around it to D3. Jesus, nowadays, in modern days, Jesus Christ, well, we're not talking about the Jeshua 9. We're talking about Jeshua 12. Jeshua came from Sirius. Jeshua is a 12th dimensional avatar, the one that people know as Jesus. Jesus came down, these are all dimensions, these are all Merkabas. Of course, they'll take what's called a universal Merkaba, density universe. These are density universes, and there's 5 of them. So Jeshua was way up here, way up in the 12th dimension. And so that's where some of us are coming from too. But you don't come straight to Earth from here. You go through different stargates. You go down until you get to SG6. And in SG6, you're able to incarnate to Earth. Your consciousness will go into the Earth drama after you've made a contract with your parents. And so it is agreed upon. There is permission. The fallen angels, because we talk a lot about the fallen angels, they don't get permission. They come in and do whatever the F they want. So, and they will mess with their own lower selves to do it. But, so, that was density 4. So the indigos are actually coming from density 5. And the ascended master levels. So, I put this indication right here. Indigo children, the indigo consciousness, the indigo soul essence is from dimension 13 and above. Okay? So this is what you're dealing with. If you have a little indigo brat, because they can be negative, they can be brats, and I'll explain why. But you're dealing with a being from these levels, man. When most humans are like, double helix DNA, well, we're going to explain the DNA. Well, you have 2, double helix is 2 or 3 strands, right? 3D, that means you have 2 to 3 strands. But they're coming in with, they have the capacity, the indigos, of 24 strands. Okay, that blows most of these ETs out of the water. Even the good ones. These good ones don't have that much DNA. Well, some of them do, but like the Azarites. well, I'm looking at the wrong density. Here's the density where the Azurites and the Maharaji blue humans. They're also coming from SG6, Sirius, 6th dimension. I put them in D6. They're in the 6th dimensional bandwidth frequency. So are the Emerald Oraphim and the Oraphim, who created us, and obviously the Syrians. So what's going on is some of these beings will be combined with other beings, and you get another race, a third different type of race. Just like some of the Azurite DNA was used for the negative side. You see the blessed feline, avian, mantis, cetacean, pegasi beings were mixed in with the fallen angelic Anunnaki and their gargoyle race. The gargoyles are coming from the Odedicrons. They're winged reptilians. So when you look at a gargoyle, it looks like a winged reptilian. Now you know why. But this is a high-level 10-dimensional dark avatar. So anyways, the Azurites DNA was stolen or used to make some of these other beings because they want the Azurite capabilities. They want some of this genetics inside their side to have access, so that's another video, another explanation. But the Indigos are coming not from these levels. They're coming way, well, let's go upwards, so it looks more real, lateral, linear. So they're, this is why we call them teachers. This is why we call them trailblazers and wayshowers, because they know they've come here. Most of these children are super psychic, or at least they have that capacity, if it's, you could say, nurtured in them by their parents, by their circumstances. If they're not nurtured, the indigo will become maybe confused and lost and have some issues. Anyways, I wanted to show you that connection on the diagram. So let me go back. All right. Thank you, guys. Let me do my incense real quick. I had dropped my crystal, and what's the deal? There. Okay. So yeah, they're one of the highest level beings. At least their potential is. Their potential to be able to connect to that part of themselves. But if they're not trained or helped, because you'll see online a bunch of people making videos about indigos, and they don't know what, like Vice, VICE. It's a big outlet that makes videos and stuff, and they made a crappy Indigo Child documentary. So they have no clue, they have no reference, they have no respect, or have no idea about the consciousness of these beings or their potential. Isn't it a shame if there's an indigo who's sleeping, not awakening? It's a big shame. It's a horrible thing when parents don't know what to do, so these kids end up being put on Ritalin, some type of depression drug, some type of something to take them off of their abilities. But mostly it's because the parents can't handle the kid, or some of these kids. And if that's the type of indigo, then that's an indigo type 3. So let me check in on chat real quick. We'll explain the indigo types as well. Another member, Etheric Mystic in the house. Welcome, Holy One. I like your picture, your thumbnail. That's awesome. And Sir Magdism, you also have an awesome thumbnail. Woohoo! Awesome, brother. Thank you for being here. A step closer to my rainbow membership star. Yes, you are, Holy One. I didn't know you've been a member for that long, but yeah, you sure are. Thank you, brother, for supporting us. And just so you guys know, on Tuesdays, we're going to interview Mr. Mandism. We'll use that name. I don't know if he wants to share his real name, but it doesn't matter. But we're going to talk about Billy Carson's Egyptian tour that he was on. And I just want to say that maybe some of our opinions will change about Billy Carson. At least it's nice to have someone that we know and trust who can share some of their experience with him, because we saw him taking pictures of Billy Carson with Billy. So that, like, whoa, that's was explained, but we're so thankful for that, and we'll talk more in detail about Egypt and about Billy and about some of the things that Mr. or Sir Mandism experienced over there. So thank you so much, you guys. Indigo Wizard, thank you, brother, for being here. Yeah, they try to suppress our gifts. And that's just one example. Okay, a lot of those kids have ADD, ADHD, attention deficit disorder, or attention hyper deficit disorder, right? ADHD. I can't say it correctly or pronounce it correctly, but this is a serious thing. You see these kids having these problems like this. When it becomes a generational problem, you know something's up. Because they don't want starseeds waking up, much less indigos waking up. Okay? When I say they, I mean those who are in power, those who are into the black magic, into the phantom consciousness, into the presence on earth that are principalities of power and darkness. Okay? They know these things. They know who the good guys are. They don't want the good guys to be in power. They want to make you powerless. They want to disempower you, just like our brother Indigo Wizard said. Suppress us. Keep us downtrodden. Keep us confused. Keep us fighting with each other. Transmute. Transmute. We're learning how to transmute that negative consciousness, that dark consciousness. We become very familiar with it. This is why we talk about the fallen angels with the negative alien agendas, like the Anunnaki agendas. Okay? We talk about who they are, where they're from, what DNA strands they have, what their agendas are, what coalitions they're part of, confederations, federations. We break it down. Light exposes dark. Indigo are meant to expose as well. Expose darkness. Expose anti-Christos. That which is against Creator. That which is against Christos guardians, which are 12th dimensional guardians. Okay? So guardians are any beings who are outside of polarity. Are we outside of polarity? No. But we're soul essences from those levels. Actually, indigos are. Starseeds aren't that high up. Let me correct myself. I actually, in Voyagers, they share this list of races that are part of the human, angelic, human Tyranνήσιον, which are 5 starseed races. Those could be from the higher dimension. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, because they have up to 12 strands. Okay, so from what we've been shared with, what information has been shared with us, we know from the hybridization project on Earth, they have 7 strand to 12 strand. That means 7th dimension to 12th dimension. So yes, I corrected myself. Starseeds are actually coming from the 12th dimension or lower. But indigos are coming from the 13th, 14th, or 15th dimension or higher, which is the ascended master level, outside of the 15th dimension, outside of the time matrix. And so they're both on the same team, God's team, unity, Christ consciousness, serving the sacred universal law of one. We don't we're not comparing. I mean, the guardian people don't compare, don't say who's better or worse, right? Who's a chosen one? We don't use that. That's the distorted New Age lingo. They have chosen ones. The God of Israel has chosen ones. We're not talking about favoritism and unity. There's no such thing. They don't go together. They oppose each other. At least the dark side opposes us. They suppress us. They confuse us. They try to put us in fear. They try to put us in guilt. They try to put on our divine feminine. They're trying to make us subservient and blind worship and looking for God and looking for ourselves out here in the matrix. God's not out here. God's in here. And this is the message of Indigo Children. Something Vice says nothing about. Vice, a 3D network, wants to talk about a spiritual beings that they have no understanding about. Okay? So this is where we come in. The Christos, the Emerald Order, come in and talk about what are these Indigo Children. Machiwa, Holy Ones. Star Child, I had ADHD growing up. I was the only one in the family that had it. Thank you for sharing, brother. And you know, your parents don't have to be Indigo Children, because there was no Indigos. They had to come in. So you don't need the parents. Your parents don't have to be Indigos. So they could be clueless. But the Indigo soul essence chose your parents for a reason. So you could be the only one experiencing symptoms. Now, if I want to look at my own family, right, I see a couple of Indigo in the family. I would say 2 or 3 more than me, other than me. Not all my family is awakened or awakening or has that potential. You can tell by their character, the way they think, the way they talk. Especially if they're only gravitating to the false creeds in religion. When you go and practice religion, you're following fallen angelic creeds. Okay? The false creeds are fallen angelic creeds. Because religions are not natural systems. They're unnatural. They're all about serving some Lord, some God. Okay? And that's what it is. Worshipping, it's subservience. Being lower. And you're worshiping something higher when there's no such thing. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One, whoever's doing that. You see what I'm saying? There is no Savior required when everyone is equal, when you're confused and meant to become subservient. Okay? That's not the message of Indigo Children or Starseeds or Guardians or the angelic humans. Okay? We're meant to learn about God inside, understand the context of the hologram, that this is an experiment of Creator God. It's not exactly like virtual reality, but it's explained as consciousness, as everything is made of consciousness. If the smallest particle in existence is consciousness, and it is that small, tiny particle that makes up everything else is consciousness, everything else is alive. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. So, but people will disagree with that, and that's okay. We don't need to agree. And I say that, in respect, peacefully. We honestly don't need others to believe for your spiritual journey, you guys. Don't get hooked up on that. Don't have drama or stress if your parents, your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, if your friends don't agree with what you're learning. Keep it to yourself then. And join some groups like us who are following the innerchristos, teaching Christ consciousness and unity. If you go to some other spiritual group and they're not teaching that, then there's some problem there, you guys. Because there were one of the things you learn about in these teachings, 111. There's 111. There was 111 people. Machiwa. Someone put that in chat, please. So I keep forgetting this, so since I keep forgetting, I'm just gonna do it straight up. Let's do this. Last one. Amber's so good, man. $75 a pound, but it is worth it for me. It's so good. And you don't have to buy it by the pound, but I do. Get that amber on my wrists, like cologne or something. Put it next to my nose. Smother myself. Purify your space, your room, your house, around your house if you want, especially when you first move in. Bless your house. Cleanse it of whoever else was living there before you. Darkness does not like frankincense. This is putrid to them. Machiwa. Real incense. If you got stick incense, it ain't doing jack shit. Sorry. You want actual incense, not fake, synthetic, lab created or company created product. It's just chemical. It's fragrance meant to imitate. It's imitation. You don't want imitation. You want the real thing, baby. What's up? You don't want that crap, that fake shit in your prayer, in your healing, in your meditation, in your magic. What are you talking about? But people are using it all the time. Bless you if that's what you want to do. It's also cancerous, by the way. If you look at what's inside of stick incense and you're burning it all the time, it's not good for your health, much less your sacred space. I just want to say that I'm an Indigo Child. Our teacher, Ashana, is an Indigo Child. Some of you are Indigos. Some of you resonate. Call yourselves also Indigos. When you learn about Indigo Children, maybe you too will resonate with it. So let's talk about the different types, and I'll even show you on the screen so we're transparent like that. So if you want to know this PDF, it's called Architects of Light by the Emerald Order, MCEO, Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order. So let me open that PDF with you guys. It's the same one where I showed you the Black Sun DNA. So let me switch right now. Secrets of Indigo Children, Life Empowerment Workshop, Yasha Ashana, MCEO, Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order. Okay? The MCEO, the Emerald Order Freedom Teaching Series. So let's look for, let's say, I'll do this type 3. Type 3. Types of and purposes for Indigo Children. Now remember, this is old numbers. There's going to be more. Just realize there's more, okay? There's 3 primary types of indigos, each with different version of Orifeme genetic code. Now I showed you the time matrix and showed you where the Orifeme are. They're in the 5th dimension or higher. So let me push refresh. It's still showing the diagram which I showed 20 minutes ago. Wow, a lot of people interested in this topic. Bless all of you interested in Indigo Children. This is type 3 is what most indigos are. So if it's most Indigo Children and there's only 2,500,000, but there's 8 billion plus. That's only 0.001%, basically a tenth of 1% of the population. So we're not meant to be a huge population. We're visitors. And so let's talk about what the type 3s are. It's the most common one. And we began birthing in very small numbers. 200 years ago, baby. And so, remember, I talked about the birthing contracts. We get permission. The fallen angels don't. So those people laughing at me, making these silly jokes, oh, you get permission. Yes, we do. It's a serious thing when you have a density 5 consciousness coming to Earth. And they're specifically called recessives. Indigo type 3s are recessives. Now, the indigo type 2s are dominants. It is the, right here, it's the most next common. So this is the most common, and this is the second common out of the 3. We've been coming in since the 1950s. Check your birthday. Check your birthday. But there's also some coming in. Now remember, I said this was old. This was before these years. So there's already been an extra 130,000 from the 500,000. These are called dominants. I don't remember Ashana explaining recessive, dominant, or composite, but she explained what these indigos are. But this could be an indication if you're around this birthdays in the 50s or the 1999s to 205. But it's kind of hard to guess on these ones because they've been coming for 200 years. But there's a bunch of them coming in between also 1999 and 2017. So you guys, once again, this isn't exactly, let's say you're from you're like a generation of indigos. You could be an indigo type 3 just because you're part of generations of them. But if you don't think your parents are indigos, you might want to check out these dates to give an idea. And also check your life when we start talking about these 3 different types. What is your life like? Does it match one of these types? So the other one is the type 1s. It's the least most common. There's hardly any of us. Between the 60s and 70s, that's where I fit in. That's where Ashana fits in. Her birthday, she's only like 8 years older than me. I'm born in 1970. So I'm definitely in this area. And my life reflects my characteristics, my visions, my connections feel like I'm an indigo type 1. So this just helps me confirm it a little bit, but it's not set in stone. Just keep it as that in mind. There's 350, man. And this was back when Ashiana first wrote this material. Well, it says 2000, man. This is when it was copyrighted. This is when it was first talked about. So 24 years later, an antique 2 decades later, there's got to be more than 350. Some of those could have already died and new ones came. But OMG, there was 5,000 who came in. So there's a lot of young indigo type 1s. At least, well, 2024, 19 years old or higher, older. If you're part of this batch, or you're part of the batch I came in the 60s and 70s, and you check if you're one of these indigos. We'll talk about the qualities of each one. Let's go over this. Between 1999 and 2017, that's the ones that were mentioned here. Wait. It doesn't say yet. 150,000 indigo children will incarnate on Earth. This is our past already here in 2024, right? As part of the Planetary Protection Agreement. This is something Ashiana talks about. The birth wave of the indigo children represents the return of the, what's up, homies, Emerald Covenant for life. The ancient elder race, Oraphim, returned to Earth to fulfill the Emerald Covenant. And this agreement was 248,000 years ago. No, I mean, yes, we're much older than Sumer, baby. You don't get the full history. That history is forbidden. You're not allowed to know that history. Okay? And what we're doing is trying to help the humans reclaim their 12 strand, not double helix. You see it right here, 12 strands of DNA. A 12 strand Templar is called Diamond Sun. We're the 12 strand Diamond Sun that all humans have this potential. And it says right here, we're meant to help assist. That's what I said at the beginning of the show. We're way showers, we're trailblazers, we're helping the earth, and we're helping humans ascend. Okay? And this is why you're dealing with UFOs, you're dealing with aliens. A lot of humans don't even believe in that stuff. If you're one of those people who don't believe in this stuff, guess what? You're not an indigo. Indigos have visions. We have experiences with UFOs, with aliens, with spiritual energies, with higher consciousness. And when you know the modern UFO movement and the contactees claiming to be abducted by aliens is part of the hybridization agendas taking place. Okay? There's guardian agendas taking place, and there's fallen angelic agendas. But these are elder race humans, baby, from the future. And the negative ones are called the ancient intruder visitors. So let's look at the type 3s, because that's the most common. This is the most bizarre thing. Now, this is the most bizarre thing about an indigo type 3. You have two souls in your body. One second here. Okay, an indigo child has all these issues and problems. Why? Because an indigo type 3 has an Orifeme soul essence, indigo Orifeme soul essence, and an Anunnaki soul essence. So two soul essences. It is an agreement, you guys. The Anunnaki agreed. They're the ones who are asking for this. This means this soul essence no longer wants to serve the dark side. So this Nephilim Anunnaki soul essence agreed to it. The Orifeme agreed to it. You remember the birthing contracts? You got permission? Okay, so now you have an 11-strand reversed matrix Anunnaki with a 24-strand indigo child type 3. You guys, you're doing the indigo side. You are doing a great service for the Anunnaki. We talk about host matrices. That's reference to a DNA assistance, a DNA healing. Okay, because this Anunnaki has twisted reverse consciousness. It's all about torture, sacrifice, loose energy, hatred, black magic. They're into fear. They're into narcissism. This is where you get psychopaths. But this being, whatever reason, in its journey, doesn't want to serve that anymore. It wants to come to the light. It wants to retain its 12th strand because it's stuck at 11. And it will always be stuck unless it does a host matrix with the guardians. Isn't it interesting in religion that you're not forgiven? If you don't accept Jesus, if you don't accept some sacrifice, mutilated, blood ritual Messiah, if you don't agree to that contract, then they say you're going to the lake of fire. You're going to be punished forever and ever. It's unforgivable. You will never be forgiven. You will not be able to come out. Transmute BS. That's fallen angelic propaganda. You can go and approach a guardian and heal that DNA through the assistance, as you just saw, an indigo type 3. Let's check it out again. Okay, this is transparency. I'm showing you this information because I still get people accusing me of making stuff up. You guys, this is a huge tome of spiritual knowledge, and this is just a tip of the iceberg explaining about indigo children. So, what did I just say? Let me remove this highlighting, sorry. Indigos are part of the Oraphim, that's the good side, and a Nephilim, it's an Anunnaki, it says right here, Anunnaki, hybridization, okay? Through which the ancient Nephilim is provided with a new race line to evolve within, okay? That's what hybrids are. It's a different race now. It's no longer, let's say you're Mexican American. Well, you're no longer Mexican only. You're no longer American only. You're a new race line. Oh, you take an Anunnaki and an Oraphim, it's a new race line. This is why it says that's what happens when this agreement is completed. When the if you have a successful Indigo Child Type 3 Oraphim lifetime, if you get through and and the Nephilim changes to the light, well, you did a service and this being evolves. It's a big deal, you guys, what's happening here. In order to clear the fire letters, that's an advanced concept, but it's talked about in these teachings. You learn about fire letters and the DNA distortions. The codes of ascension can be regained. So this person or this being stuck in either phantom or just is falling into phantom doesn't want to go there. It wants to it wants to turn around a new leaf, right? So the Oraphim is like I mentioned earlier. You Indigo Type 3s have a potential of 24 strands of DNA, while most humans have only double helix, 2.5. I've heard our teacher say 2.5 to 3.5 strands of DNA. And what is that? What is that? This is an Oraphim with 24 strands, okay? And the 12 strand was Diamond Sun. Double that means double Diamond Sun. And this is what the Anunnaki inside you has. An 11 strand reverse Templar Sun. Okay, DNA matrix. We'll look at that too. The actual DNA pattern, which gives them a maximum potential of 12 strand if you successfully complete this life. If you're an Indigo Type 3, before you die, let's say, and you have a spiritual journey, you raise the consciousness of this Oraphim, then it will have a 12 strand. It will become Christed. Remember, let me show you that again, the 12th dimension. Here we are in this earth drama, and you're an Indigo Child that came in. Remember we explained it earlier, you came through Stargate 6. You came here, but you're from way up here. Well, this is where the Anunnaki is. The Nephilim is coming from a D11. If it's in the Phantom Matrix, Hell, Hades, the bottomless pit in D11, well, it will get its 12th strand. It will no longer be in the Phantom. It will now be here. It will get its 12th strand back. It won't be stuck in Phantom or limited. Only, you could say, capped. These beings are capped at D11. They can't go higher without assistance from the guardians, which I just showed. This is what it is. It's assistance. So, you get that 12-strand Diamond Sun, baby. You just made a Nephilim. You just helped a Nephilim Anunnaki become Christed. Bless you, Indigo Type 3. And the hell that you're going through, some of you are going through, trying to do this momentous task. The Indigos, let me remove this highlighting again, are literal, like I just explained, literal incarnations of two different avatars in one body. An Oraphim avatar, remember, you're from and overseeing a Nephilim avatar, spirit essence, soul essence, spirit essence. The core of the life purpose, and if you guys are wondering, the core life of your purpose as an Indigo Type 3 is to mend the extreme polarities. Now you see why you are depressed, why you're ADHD, why you're negative or extreme, why you go to drugs, why you go into depression. This is why, Holy Ones, because you're hosting a Nephilim avatar, spirit essence, a reversed 11-strand DNA matrix, trying to reach its 12-strand potential. But your lifetimes serve an important role to the greater plan of healing the DNA distortion within the Nephilim Anunnaki race and the distorted humans on Earth. Because you're bringing in this high-level DNA, it's going to affect some of the humans on Earth. Your consciousness, your life, your conversations, your relationships will help some of these genetic lines. Plus, if you have kids, think about this. It starts to get complex. What if you start having kids while you have a soul essence, right? So anyways, you have the most extremes in polarity issues out of these 3 type of indigos. Okay? Because the indigo type 2s and the type 1s, they don't have this arrangement. They don't have 2 soul essences, but you do. This is your journey. This is your agreement. You went through a lot of effort to agree to it. You knew what you were getting yourself into. So don't beat yourself up, indigos, because at a higher level, you know this. You agree to it. And so you're even though you may have all these problems, you're definitely highly intelligent, most likely. These are some of the traits. Highly intelligent, mathematically inclined. Maybe you're athletic. And you may have difficulty with your emotional bonding issues. Do you have this? And it may seem like an angel and devil in one body, because you do. You have a anti-Christic being with a Christic being. There's going to be some bonding issues or some type of drama in your life. Now you know why. So, there's more information. The indigo recessives are unique in that the incarnation involves more than one family line of consciousness, as was just explained. Your spirit are literal composites of 2 entirely different beings incarnating in one body. People would call that, people in religion would think this is crazy and nuts, and that's demon possession. You guys transmute that propaganda, right? And this you indigo, an Orifeme avatar, possess the 24th double diamond sun DNA. You remain in this life between the 2 souls. You remain the dominant force within the personality. So if the gene code activates properly, that's where the ADD attack comes in. You see why? You're put on Ritalin, put on drugs, why you're given to a shrink, a psychologist, because they don't want you awakening or developing an indigo potential on planet Earth. So if they disempower you, how are you going to help this soul essence, this Nephilim fallen angelic being, heal and become a Christed 12-strand avatar? That you won't be able to do it. You see, the dark side doesn't want you pulling some of its ranks out, because a Nephilim hybrid is working the other side's agenda. That's why they made you a hybrid. You see? You got reptilian hybrids too, not just Anunnaki hybrids on Earth. So those are anti-Christic agendas. Thank you for those hearts, Holy Ones. Bless you, whoever's doing that. I just want to say at the beginning, you guys, if you like this information, anything you're learning, please consider donating. There's a live option down below. You'll see a little money sign. Please support this work, you guys. I do this full time for you. You can also look down in the description and get links to my Etsy shop, where you can also support this work by getting a crystal. I sell crystal balls and different kinds of crystals. And you can also buy one of my Indigo Children artworks. I have Starseed artworks, Lyran's Starseed artworks, and more coming soon. So thank you guys. I just want to say that real quick. So some of you may resonate with Indigo. Actually, let's do a poll. I want to see if you guys, how many of you think you're an Indigo type 3? Right off the bat, from what you've learned so far, you can tell if you're an Indigo type 3. If you don't think you have all these dramas and conflict, it's more of a peaceful experience, then answer no. So let's do this. Start a poll. Yes. Do you think you are Mr. Mandisa, brother? Thank you so much, homeboy. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much. Do you think you are an Indigo type 3, baby? Yes or no? Start poll. So I'm just curious, because that is crazy. But it's a guardian arrangement. It's a good thing. It's a healing thing. It's a conscious spiritual evolution thing. Right? And so, wow, that's a high level. And you guys, that is not that is not a bad thing. That's a blessed thing. You're actually doing a great service to be an Indigo type 3. You're awesome, man. Just don't beat yourself up. You see? Maybe some of that confusion is cleared up now. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Thank you guys. Let me see. Etheric Mystic, bless you, Holy One. Thank you so much for supporting this work. I resonate with 9s very much. So 999 is just a powerful extra bonus. Thank you, Star Sister. And thank you. We got Instantaneous Knowers become a new member. Thank you, Holy One, for joining us. And all the new members, just know there's a link to our Discord chat server. 399. I like that number. There's 399 people online. Thank you, Indigo Vato. Indigo homies helping out too. Sorry, guys, I don't miss them. I don't see them all. Stephen Oswald. Thank you, brothers and sisters of light. James became a member. We got more members. So thank you, guys. Let's go back to it. Let's talk about Indigo type 2s now. Take a drink. Remember what it said earlier? There's less Indigo type 2s. There's millions of Indigo type 1s. I made a mistake. Indigo type 3s. But only not as many as the Indigo type 2s. So we're talking about Indigo type 2s next. So let me switch back. Here we go. We have, let me see. Oh, here's some more interesting information about Indigo type 3s. The Nephilim avatar had agreed to be in subservience. That means what it said earlier, that you're the one that has the main control. Well, I must have skipped. It's in here somewhere where you have the main control. That's what that means by subservient. You agreed to it. Mr. Nephilim, you agreed to this arrangement. Anyways, OMG. I think that's why some of the ADD happens, because sometimes the aura theme will shut certain codes off. OMG, man. I just realized that myself. So that is freaking, maybe it'll say that here. You're trying to get the 12 ascension codes back. So you may evolve to experience the frequencies of love, genuine bonding because as a Nephilim, you don't experience love and genuine bonding and compassion for other life forms. They use it and abuse other life forms normally. So it is you Indigo type 3s that have the most difficulty. So let's jump down to wow, there's a lot more information you guys are welcome to take a look at. I just scrolled past it, but you can see it and pause the video. This is what I was trying to get to. So indigo type 2 dominance. Now, so you're actually bringing the reinstatement of the Diamond Sun DNA. That's part of the first thing you're doing. So it's not related to Nephilim anymore. This is now the human population. You're bringing the 12 Diamond Sun that wasn't available until the Indigo Type 2 showed up. And you have up to 24 strand while... Wait. Oh, wow. The same. Oh, wait. 24 to 30. So you can have up to 6 more strands than an Indigo Type 1. Okay? So, like I said a little while ago, they don't have the same extremes as the Indigo Type 3s because we don't have that extra soul essence in our body. Our core of the life purpose, is to assist in raising consciousness within humans. So let's say you guys consider yourself an indigo. A lot of your time is spent helping other people with raising their consciousness. It's important to you. If you find that it's important for you to be posting on social media, to be telling people about consciousness and spirituality, well, you could be an indigo type 2. I'm trying to make a difference between the two. Raising the consciousness within the earth human lineage. So any humans you're trying to help to build critical mass of the Diamond Sun matrix. So think about that. Let me go back for a second. If you get some high level consciousness come in to the 3D earth level. So this high level consciousness is, as it comes in, and its activities, its relationships, its conversations, its energy, is raising this up a little bit. Raising the consciousness, the average consciousness up. When you put a bunch of high-level consciousness into the ocean, the pool of consciousness on Earth, which is 3D, double helix, 2.5 to 3.5 levels of consciousness, but all of a sudden indigos come in, it raises the average of this consciousness. This is why you can only have a certain amount of level of us here. You can only have a certain amount of level 3s, level 2s, level 1s. We need certain levels of each one to raise it a certain amount. And so this is why an indigo type 2 is not focused on this polarity drama as much. You're focused more on ascension, awakening, helping others do it. You've already done it. That's an important thing I want to say, you guys. Humans are striving to ascend. They're stuck from ascension. They haven't been able to ascend. This is why you already have the DNA. But there's an important thing to understand because of the problems with Stargate 4. It affects the 4th strand. Even indigos have to still awaken their 4th strand. But the weird thing is they have a 5th strand and a 6th strand. But you need to still work on the heart chakra to awaken fully your potential. So your job isn't easy as pie. You still have to do some work too. Just saying. All of these starseeds and indigos need to wake up. So if at the home front your parents aren't very good spiritual people, it's going to make your journey more difficult. You're going to have more problems, more obstacles thrown at you. And maybe these 3D parents of you have 3D parents, maybe they're not awakened like you. Well, they're the ones going to try to throw you to a shrink or to not, whatever stuff they have like Ritalin nowadays. There's all kinds of these depression drugs. And what does that do, you guys? Oh, mommy, I feel like I'm in outer space. And your parents will reply, it's good for you, Johnny, Mary, Sue. This is their space that they're coming from. They think it's oh, you need to be handled. You need some drugs. You need some pharmaceuticals. No. You know what they put in these? What do you think they put in pharmaceuticals? Well, if they're putting this horrible, disgusting stuff in the chemtrails, in our food, in a lot of our water, in our seeds of our crops, of course they're going to put some stuff, some messed up, diabolical stuff in your depression meds, schizophrenic meds. They're going to be putting stuff in there, man. Hardcore. They want you spaced out. They want you disempowered so you can't do your guardian work. You're bringing the guardian memory, the guardian heritage, the guardian teachings, the guardian thinking, the guardian way, lifestyle. They don't want that. So there's a silent war against indigo kids, indigo people. Learning this stuff empowers you and also helps you understand a lot of things that you've went through. Bless you, Indigo Child. All of you Indigos. So continue with Indigo Type 2s. You're holding and running higher dimensional frequency, okay, for planet to also help with planetary grid work. Type 2 Indigos have advanced psychic development. Hello. And may have open interdimensional contact. You may have it. It could be a common dream. It could come in, close encounters of the third kind, in real life. It could come in plant medicine or some altered state, right? It could come, this interdimensional contact. From birth throughout life, you can definitely sure that someone's looking out for you. Maybe you call it an angel, but you definitely got someone watching out for you throughout your whole life. They are gifted in linguistic translation. Okay, these are some of the signs these could be some of your signs if you experience some of the stuff. If you're gifted in, maybe you know lots of languages, or maybe you can learn languages very easily. Someone who's very artistic. Painting, singing, dancing, writing, poetry, the arts. Music. Maybe you're an artist or love music or into music. It's a big part of your life. I know normal people can have this. I'm just showing you the things that are signs of indigo signs. Maybe you're good at interpersonal diplomacy. You're good at diplomat. You're good at keeping peace or, calming people down. But maybe become excessively introverted due to fear of the freaking whacked earth environment. All this lower consciousness is making you introverted. You don't like some of the negative earth environment energy. This is why you're trying to keep your distance maybe. Type 2s are the most personable. That would be like most sociable. You're more active with people out of the 3 indigos. So that could be one of your calling traits. And you enjoy human bonding if you were sheltered from your, as a kid. All right, so we'll get to indigo type 1s, but let me go back real quick. Celestial G, can you be all of them? No, it's a soul essence thing. You're coming in as one of the 3. They each have different agendas. So no, you're not all 3. And it's levels. It depends on your level, your spirit essence level. Maybe your spirit essence is an ascended master coming into the drama, or a plasmic being coming into the drama. That's density 5, is antimatter plasma. So those are all whatever your level is. You're coming in, to answer your question, you're coming in at what your level is. So whatever that is. You wouldn't be all three. Well, Star of Solomon, Amanda Joan of Hart. We know that Solomon is the dark side, but Jeshua came through Solomon's line. But wait a second. You say Star of Solomon, do you mean Star of David? There's no such thing as far as I know. What in the world is a Star of Solomon? I never heard of that. Let me find out. Let me see. I'm not trying to go off on a tangent, so we'll stay a little bit of time here. But there is often confusion about whether there is a separate symbol called the Star of Solomon. In various mystical and esoteric traditions, the Star of Solomon is sometimes referred to as the hexagram, the same six-pointed star as the Star of David, but with different connotations. In this context, it is often connected with Solomon's seal. Oh, magic, black magic, ancient magical and alchemical. Of course, you could say it's a good thing from certain point of views, but we know if it's talked about as a symbol of magic, we know Solomon's dark. So, it just means that you could be part of these hybrids, these beings, and so it just means that you're serving a different route. That's all. And it doesn't mean you have to stay on that agenda or whatever, but what I'm saying is I can't really answer you from the Christos. So we deal with the Star of David, which is not reference to the Jews or Hebrews, but it's called the Star of David. We just call it a six-pointed star, but their star is also six-pointed, so it's often called the Star of David, but we're not connected to the biblical religion point of view. To us, what is the six-pointed star? It's a Merkaba. It's a star tetrahedron. It's the sacred geometry. An eight-pointed star, a five-pointed star, not sacred geometry, not of the guardians, but the opposite side. Eight-pointed star, five-pointed star. You want the six-pointed star if you choose this route. Machiwa. That is your own journey, sister. I can't answer you. That is something that you would want to find out within your soul matrix. And I talk about that as being connected to your heart chakra. So do heart chakra work, throat chakra work, and third eye work. If you're activating this soul level, that's what that is. Your own soul will tell you. Your own soul will answer you instead of some tarot deck or some psychic person. Don't go outside here for your answer, Holy One. That's all I'm trying to say. Find the answer within. Heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye. Put intention there and manifest it. Machiwa. No judgment here. Whatever people are. And as a matter of fact, you guys can disagree with what I say. But you can still hang out and be respectful. And maybe there's something here that you do agree with. And did you know that we can still be friends if we disagree on certain things? We can still be friendly to each other. We can still love each other. Bless you. And your beliefs. Celine said it. Also following your intuition helps. Because what is your intuition? It's connecting to your higher self, which is more evolved than you are right now at this moment in time, embodied in a 3D body that blocks 2/3 of your consciousness out. By the time we get to Earth, you're only left with 10% left. Because there's not just that block, there's also DNA blocks. So we get a lot of our consciousness blocked out. Like 90% of our consciousness is blocked out. So listen to your intuition. Your intuition is valuable because it's coming from a higher part that knows more than you are being stuck, embodied in a disabled, partial consciousness, right? You guys, that's the second time where we got hundreds of people here. So maybe YouTube is being nice now and trusting my channel more. I don't know how it possibly happened tonight. Indigo Children is not a big topic, really. I mean, it's not a huge popular topic. But people who are in here was. Yeah, it's a Merkaba. That's what I said, Jasmina. That 6-pointed star is a Merkaba. That's what I said. Another word for a 3-dimensional Merkaba is a star tetrahedron. So yeah, we're on the same level. It's a Merkaba. But if you're talking about the Solomon's thing, I have no clue. I can't answer the Solomon's thing. It has, like I just said, it has a different meaning, a different connotation than the Star of David. You said it, Jared. Thank you for sharing truth, brother. Wow, you changed your name to a type 3. That's cool, man. That's cool. Bless you in your journey. Oh, on the other video, we had 500 people. We had over 500 people when I was talking about the reptilians. So let's talk about the other indigo, the indigo type. Reconnection successful. I have to pause when that happens. Okay, it says excellent connection. Okay. What's this stupid? Sorry, I'm getting Windows pop up. Okay, so, excuse me. Once again, this information is before 2012. Obviously, it was 1998 or the year 2000 this was written, so. We talked about Diamond Sun, but it is the emerald. It is the type 1s who have an emerald sun. Hello, up to 30 to 48 ascension codes. So, whoa, wait a second, 30 to 48. And this has 24 to 30. Okay, so indigo type 2, as soon as you get 31 plus, you're now an indigo type 1. 30 to 48 strands. You see how that works? 20. Well, anyways, we have 30 to 48 strands, ascension codes. Type 1s always incarnate. Oh my gosh, this is an important thing right here. This blows my mind. If you think you're an indigo type 1, you were not born it. You walked into it. And it here says, notice it's italicized and it's bolded. Always. No exceptions in always, right? If you are an indigo, sometime in your life you walked in. I mean, indigo type 1. So something big happened where you had a walk-in. As far as I'm concerned, that's probably like a near-death experience, or maybe, I don't know if it can happen in your sleep. I'm thinking of something major that, okay, what happens is the smaller soul essence from your own soul family, oversoul, that's density 3, okay, dimensions 7, 8, and 9. So you're a high level yourself if you think about it, compared to most humans. So you're going to be first in the body. Basically what you're doing is you're preparing for this walk-in. So the oversoul was born in the body. You're getting the body ready for this higher evolved being to walk into it. You're getting the frequency ready for it. Okay? It begins the incarnation to raise the frequency of the body. Okay, that's what I just said. And once the DNA is sufficiently activated, the original soul walks out while this one walks in. It doesn't say under what circumstances. I wish I could tell you. I believe mine happened when I had a car accident. I lost my memory for 24 hours. I think that was a window of opportunity for a walk-in. Who knows? Check your own life circumstances. Or maybe we have to learn more about what are walking conditions, right? Because it doesn't say right here. The original soul walks out into ascension, you ascended, and the avatar, the type 1 identity walks in, transfers the spirit essence into the body, switches. You make a switch to awaken. And this is so interesting because you have a whole new experience than this oversoul does. You know more knowledge than the oversoul did. So when you walk in, maybe this consciousness brain doesn't have all the information, but all of a sudden you walk in, right? Think about that. You're here to serve, to fulfill your world service contract. The walk-in usually occurs at age, these are the master numbers. 12, I would say 11, 22, and 33. The walk-in occurs around that time. I'm not sure if I had my accident around 33. I know I was younger. Maybe, actually, if I think about it, it was around 22. Holy cow. I think this is when I had my car accident, you guys. This is not it, because I was already a father and my daughter was 3 years old. But this is when I was still after college, and I was going to my job, which was as a magician. I was a little children kids party magician, and I went into a car accident, and I think this is what happened. This is the window of opportunity. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Anyways, type 1 indigos have advanced psychic and occasionally direct manifestation abilities. This means you can make things appear. This is occasionally. Some of you indigo type 1s have these incredible abilities. Usually, remember, usually, doesn't mean always, have physical contact. Like Ashiana talks about her physical contact with the guardians in Kauai, Hawaii, with their elder race family in childhood, and have a heart and have a core life purpose to fulfill advanced planetary grid work. So I haven't hit that yet. So if I truly am an indigo type 1, this is going to evolve in my life, grid work. So that's my potential. So they are, and whoever else associates with this, they are sensitive to everything and often remain detached from human issues to focus on their service contract. They hold a great love for all life forms. You wouldn't hurt a bug. Hello, sound familiar? Oh, that's the end of the PDF. It's a small PDF. It's only 41 pages. So I'm so grateful to even share that with you guys. And there is a workshop, Architects of Light. So she will talk for hours. Let me see. I'm going to see how many discs are in it. Give me just a few seconds here. Wait. Architects of Light is from 2002. It has 2 discs. So depending on disc 3 or disc 2, I mean, it has 3 hours. It's a 6-hour workshop, Architects of Light. So there's a lot more to learn if you guys want to learn. But Ashiana is a lot more advanced. She will talk to you some advanced stuff, man. But yeah. You're right, Giannis. It has a little bit. Good to see you, sister, by the way. They have some similarities. Specifically, the grid work. More advanced stuff. Because grid work does include learning some of these advanced mechanics. You're going to want to learn what the teachings called round tables. That is what is grid work to us. It goes to the King Arthur information. Round table, King Arthur. Okay? So this is a big deal if you're an indigo type 1. I haven't had, I believe I had an incident in the desert when I saw that UFO, and I think it was the Guardians. Now, my memory, I don't remember being on the ship, but I remember being out of my body. I remember the most extraordinary sensation, feeling I've had in my body when it happened. Maybe that was my walk-in. Oh my gosh, dude. That is when my whole life changed and I started teaching Christos. Maybe that was my walk-in. Think about, oh my gosh. My whole life changed. I lost all my money. I lost all my possessions. I became homeless, living in the desert of Nevada. And I saw a UFO, and then my whole life changed. I started teaching. You see what I'm saying? So look at your own life, you guys. Look at your life and see if it fits an Indigo Type 3. Remember, you guys, there's no comparison. We're not comparing each other or saying who's better or anything like that. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all ascended masters who came in here. If you're here, you're an ascended master that came here. Okay? So in the unity in Christ consciousness, we don't compare. And so it's either, if you're an Indigo Type 3 or a Type 2 or a Type 1, it's extraordinary. Bless you and your service and your circumstance. Okay? Now remember what I said at the very, very beginning. Indigos are not the same as starseeds. We have a different purpose, as you saw. Starseeds are meant to help Earthseeds in their dramas, their ascension, and so are Indigo Type 2s. And Type 1s would help too, you know. I could find out that maybe I'm just an Indigo Type 2. And I don't care. It's not important, because what I care about is living my life within my inner Christos, living my life in service as a guardian, part of the Guardian Alliance, part of the Guardians, angelic nations. Okay? This is what I care about. I don't care about any title. And so we want to be, you know, grounded in that and just realize that we're here for service. We're here to help. We're here to assist. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. Okay? And we're in the greatest time to be alive when it comes to spiritual ascension. This is the time where we awaken. We have the potential to awaken great levels of ourselves, our higher consciousness. I mean, come on. Greater levels, 24 levels, 36 levels, 48 levels of potential. It doesn't mean you're going to turn that all on. You can't turn that all on. You blow up the planet. But what I'm saying is a chakra could have a pinhole of high dimensional frequency come in. Maybe your crown is just even a little bit open. You're getting 7th dimensional current. Versus this, fully open. Well, if it's fully open, you would probably disappear in the sin. So, that gives you an idea, you guys. Now let me ask a generic question. Do you think you're an Indigo child? Okay? So, a lot of you answered the first one. That's okay. But some of you didn't answer because you didn't think you were an Indigo Type 3. Now let's just check if you're just an Indigo. And it should be higher than 69%. It's just a little bit of interaction with each other. Whoa. I have to end the other one. End poll. And now start the new poll. Okay. Yeah. Just like the name of the picture said, are you an Indigo? Yes, no. And I'll put a third option. Still not. I'm not sure. I am not sure. And that is okay. Either answer is okay. And I don't know. I'm just so happy that I found these teachings, to be part of these teachings. I'm always living in gratitude. We mentioned that at the beginning, to be part of the teachings. We can all be grateful for the teachings coming into our life. Our soul essence, it was like this, right? Our soul essence is trying to find our alignment, trying to find our alignment. We are aligned. We found alignment, you guys. We found family within each other. We're coming together from the Guardian Alliance. We're coming together, serving Emerald Covenant, serving unity, serving Christ consciousness, serving Creator God, the Unisci. Bless all of you awakening. Brothers and sisters of light, standing in your light, serving. An Indigo Child serving. That's a big deal, Indigo Type 3, what you're going through. Doing grid work, a big deal. Raising consciousness, a big deal. Look at the world, man. We need that. Okay? It is through this spark, this indigo spark, this indigo consciousness, that we're going to get a positive timeline. Not everyone's going to resonate with that. Not everyone resonates with these concepts, with these teachings, with this information. Maybe you triggered from this information. Okay? So, some people don't like that positive. They like to be negative. They want people worshiping in subservience instead of being empowered. Not from a space of ego. That's 3D chakra, baby. We're meant to go higher, higher, higher. That's why these teachings talk about the Christ, the Christos, which is a 12-strand. Not being limited to 3-strand, or double helix is like 2.5, like a stub. I've heard Ashana say that herself. Most humans are between 2.5 to 3.5. Most humans only have this consciousness level. This is why you get a bunch of triggers from this information. People prefer, for some reason, they prefer an angry, judgmental God. So if that's what you resonate with, because we get these comments, these replies in our videos about their, repent. There's literally people writing comments, repent, or you will be damned. Wow, nice message. So, we awaken ourselves, we awaken our potential. Okay? You go beyond the 3D in a stub. Go beyond double helix. Raise the bar. Raise your consciousness to your heart chakra. That's 4. Raise your consciousness to the 5th chakra, the archetype. That's 5. Open your indigo ray. 3rd eye. Do you see? That's 6D. Celestial. Where Jesus comes from, where indigos are coming from. The 6th dimension from Sirius, another planet where we have blue skin, homies. Bless the blue skin beings out there. Give me 5 blue skin vato. What's up? Indigos, blue skin up there. The Maharaji, blue humans, up there. The Azarites, up there. I say up there because it's higher than 3D. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. Machiwa. Blessings to all of you. Thank you for being here with us in this live transmission about Indigo Children. Now that you know what the Guardians say about Indigos, go check out what Vice says about Indigos and see what a disservice that person did. And you can see their arrogance and their pride in their body language, in their tone. Okay? Indigos are not getting the respect that they deserve. They're being attacked. They're being put down. Okay? They're not being tolerated. These parents have no manual how to raise an indigo in their house because they're showing that they have no idea what to do. They don't know what to do. But they know they have some gifted children, even though they misbehave, some of them. Maybe you're peaceful like me. I was a peaceful kid. I was very quiet and introverted and creative, and like most kids start off creative, and so I've been very creative in my life. I've been into art. I've been into poetry. I was big time in poetry, especially when I was a teenager. I was always giving girls poems and flowers, and so I was always romantic. But poetry was a big deal. I got into art. I went to graphic design school in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm into art now, as you can see. Computer art. My grandma, before the internet hit, she was into computer art. She was the first one in the family to have a computer back in 1996. My grandma had a computer really early. I think it was actually before No, it was in the 80s my grandma had a computer. Yeah, because in 1990 I was playing games on her computer like King's Quest, Space Quest, Police Quest. My grandma was into that, so I got to play it when she was, I lived with her, my grandma. She was a cool grandma, man. She liked rock and roll. She liked Michael Jackson. She liked Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, as an actor, So she was cool grandma. Bless my grandma. And that's where I think my grandma was. She was either a starseed or indigo. Same with my aunt. Same with my niece. And I believe both my parents. Oh, shit. Wasn't I talking about generational indigos earlier? I never clicked with that. That my grandma, my mom, my grandma. But none of my dad's side, from what I know. I just see negative consciousness on my dad's side. But on my mom's side, that's where my aunt and my grandma and my... See, you guys look at your roots. Look at some of your family. Is there anyone awakened? Or even if they didn't come to the Christos, it doesn't matter. Just know that they were different. They were strange or weird into spiritual stuff when the rest of the family was into hardcore religion. That's why they were considered strange and weird, right? Especially if those other relatives or other people you may know who are indigo type 3s. See, at first, you look at an indigo type 3, they don't look like they're spiritual. It would never occur to you of this arrangement. Oh, is this refreshed or what? Let me refresh the screen. I don't have my lemon this time because it wasn't time to cut some lemons. I ran out of lemon. I got to cut it. Yeah, man, it trips me out because I just made that connection. I made a few connections tonight just by doing this live. But yeah, it's very interesting. And of course you love your biological family, but just know that some of them are part of your soul family, part of your indigo family, maybe. Or maybe you're the only one. Maybe you're the odd duck out, the ugly duckling, what do they call that? Not the ugly duckling, I didn't mean that. The black sheep, I meant. Sorry. The black sheep of the family. I don't think I was really the black sheep, but I was definitely weird and different from all the rest of the family. They're all normal Christian church-going people, and I was the weird person who is into meditation. What are you doing? Crystals. I'm into crystal balls. I'm into into doing techniques with my light body. I'm into doing chakra work. They're like, you're into like Satanism. You're into Luciferianism. Repent! My family was not saying that, okay? But I'm sure some of your families do tell you to repent and stop all this nonsense, spiritual nonsense. Hey, is there dark shit in spirituality? Sure. We talk about those distortions on many different videos. You know, did you know I have 900 plus videos? So there's a lot of topics, a lot of information. Maybe you're a first time viewer. Well, there's a lot of content. Don't worry, it doesn't take long because a lot of them are shorts. It doesn't take long to watch a 30-second, 60-second video, but I also have long videos. Did you know I have an angelic human video? Did you know I wrote an Indigo Child video a long time ago? But I really sucked ass at videos making back then. I wasn't very good. And most of the time I was high back then, and I didn't carry the message very well. So you can probably appreciate my presentation now compared to 2022, because it looks weird, kind of. I look at the old videos and it does look weird, but I was still bringing the message. I'm not perfect, but realize that I'm growing. Truly, 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 I am growing. Every year is another evolution in my growth. So, and that's the same for all of us, you guys. We're not perfect. And when 2/3 of our consciousness is cut off, we're not perfect. Okay? We can't bring in a full-blown 24-strand consciousness here. Okay? The last person who did that was Jesus. The real Jesus, because there's a couple fake ones, literally. We're talking about the real one, the Jeshua 12 one. That means 12 strands, not the Jeshua 9 one, which was a Nephilim. Had Nephilim parents. And there was no, what do they call it? Where it's a virgin birth, what's it called? Something conception. It wasn't that. There was sex involved with an ET. Yeah, that's your Virgin Mary for you. Okay? It was actual sex, according to the teachings. It's talked about in Voyagers. Mary had sex! Damn! So, but to each their own beliefs, no disrespect, even though you're probably offended, but just realize that we're not coming from religion. But we do talk about Jesus, we do talk about God, just not from that point of view. And so you're definitely not talking about aliens like Indigo Children. Okay? Indigos coming from other worlds, not this world. Okay? So you might feel different. You might feel, out of place. You're not. You're where you're supposed to be. You made it. What's up, homie? So bless all of you guys for being here and tonight on this video. If you guys learned anything, if you're learning anything, we have to say this a couple times during the show. You guys please consider supporting this work. I work almost 100 hours a week, sometimes over that, for you. I do this for you guys, and it gives me pleasure. It's my joy to share ascension knowledge, spiritual awakening knowledge, Indigo Children knowledge. So please consider supporting this work, you guys. I do this full time for you. That is my paycheck. Otherwise, I don't get one. So thank you so much for that donation, you guys. You can also support this work by buying one of my crystals. Like I sell crystals like this, or orlite, obsidian crystal, lapis lazuli crystal, amethyst crystals. I sell quartz crystals, and probably some crystals you never heard of. So thank you guys so much for supporting this work. Even the small gift of $5, you guys, it makes a difference. It means a lot. So thank you so much. Bless all of you for helping around the world. Because we got Stephen Oswald. Thank you, Holy One. In euros, right? That's a euro? Thank you so much, Holy One. Bless you for helping out and for being a regular here. Sticks and Stones. What's up, brother? Can't wait to see you on Monday. That is a beautiful Liren in your image. Thank you so much for that. That's cool. I might even change mine. I don't know why I haven't. Because I've been using the same logo of a person meditating for a long time, but that was way before I started all this artwork, right? Thank you, Stardust Goddess, sister. Interdimensional sex. Well, that's kind of risky nowadays. They call it astral sex because astral is the fourth dimension. That's interdimensional. Okay? It's not safe. We showed you why. There's beings interrupting that. Some of the reptilians are tagging your ass in astral sex, implanting your ass. So it's risky. Let's say, for example, you know this person though in real life. Maybe you know their spiritual teachings. You know their where they're coming from. That could be different. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you don't know who you're having astral sex with. Man, it's so weird, you guys. This is what the live looks like on the metrics. It goes across, up. There's a ceiling, it goes across, then it comes straight down. So the algorithm was nice for a little while, and then it said it stopped it. But this is the second live in a row where we had hundreds of people. So that's a gift. I'm just celebrating and excited. Yeah. So, Omni love, brother, Indigo Jamie. Bless you, Holy One, and your family, and your fiance. See you next time. Come Tuesday, you want to see Mr. Mandism's testimony. And while he's live, I'm going to ask him, how do you say Mandism? I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Did I miss questions? Thank you, Robin. Thank you for that, brother. Yeah, you guys, I want to go another day without smoking, so I'm not going to smoke. I didn't smoke yesterday, so I'll try that again today, but tomorrow I will because of the drum circle. Unless I don't go to the drum circle, it's possible. I could either way. Maybe I'll go to the drum circle. It's an extra live if I do, but the drum circles are shifting because it's the winter time. You know, it's not so fun to go when it's freezing ass cold, right? So they do it differently now. They're going to start doing drum circles at parks, which is so much more interesting. You got the lake. It's not a lake. It's like a big pond. You got geese and ducks. You got people around the grass. It's green grass. It's beautiful park in Las Vegas. So it's called Sunset Park. And so that doesn't start until next weekend. So next weekend, we're not going to have no more dry lake beds for drum circles. So I'm just telling you right now that we will have one at the park coming soon. We'll start doing park drum circles. And you guys, I know what drum circles are not connected to the Christos. I'm just simply adding that to my channel as an extra thing that some people are into when you're on a spiritual journey. So to me, it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's powerful. And let's say you are an Indigo Child. You're probably practicing some type of spiritual thing like drum circles, or you're into crystal bowls. You're into meditation. You're into past life regression. You're into all kinds of things, right? So we'll finish up the live early tonight, you guys. We don't always have to go to 8:30 or not 9. And so okay, brother, that'd be awesome. At least if one of you shows up, that'd be great, because I can't watch the camera. And so, anyways. Well, that's my goal, Jasmina. My goal is to get off it completely. I'm not damning the medicine because there's a lot of healing properties. And I know there's a lot of rude people about it. They say a lot of rude things. At least you were sweet and nice about it. Other people are very rude about it. They're no longer with our channel. That's how rude they were. But yeah, I've made that. I'm always transparent about cannabis, pot, weed. Okay? I talk about it in the open. And so I agree with you. I do it because simply to help me sleep. But I was able to sleep without it. That is the main reason why I do it. Because you try to find out how to fall asleep, it's usually a drug or a pill. I don't want to take no drugs or pills. I want to do something natural. And something that actually works. And every now and then, I would do it for pain. If I have some, hemorrhoidal pain, which I don't always have. Every once in a while. So, yeah, that's my goal, is to eventually get off it completely or every once in a while. I will say, though, however, it's excellent to pair up with mushroom. I don't think I've done mushroom once this year. No, I don't think I've done it once this whole year. This is why I know it's time to do it. But if you take cannabis with mushroom, it just freaking shock mochiwa. So bless all of you guys. Thank you for joining tonight. There was 70% of you think you're an indigo, which is not much different than the other one. So most of you are indigo type 3s. GTV taking a break. You guys, it's okay to take breaks. And this is another thing I want to say is when you take breaks from smoking and the next time you take it, dude, it's like 5 times more powerful. Maybe not 5 times, but like 3 times more powerful than normal smoking every day. What I mean is your visions, I have visions, I don't know if you guys do. I have better intense visions, more intense psychic energies running through my body that I feel. It's much more incredible. So that's like an incentive. You can call it what's it called? A tolerance break. Take a tolerance break every now and then. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for all those who did help tonight. Let me see. Yeah, you guys definitely helped tonight. So thank you so much for that effort. And all of you who are members, you are supporting this work too. So thank you for that help, you guys. All of you, Star Child's a member, Sir Mandism's a member. You're all helping. So thank you all those who are helping this work and helping, we're getting the content out. We're getting the word out. We're spreading the love. We're spreading the unity. What's up? We're spreading the real Christ around. Bless all of you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you soon. We'll see you on Tuesday. I don't think we're going to have Mr. Mandism the whole 2 hours, but he will be here for at least a half hour. I'll talk about him. I'll talk about the details with him. Hopefully he'll share some of his pictures with me so I can show them on the live. I would like to share some of his videos, so maybe I'll work that out with him. Or he can share his screen and show his videos. I just don't know how it's going to technically work, So see you guys on Tuesday. That'll be interesting to learn some stuff about Billy Carson too, right? Maybe some good stuff. And so thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful journey. Let's say our affirmations together. We'll do new affirmations soon, but let's do our regular ones that we're doing. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. I am Christ star. I am Christ star. I am Christ star. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Say it with me, holy ones. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. See it, know it, believe it. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Have a good night. Lucid dreams. See you soon. Christos love, baby. What's up, Indigo gangsters? What's up, homies? Machiwa. Masutas. Makaya.